Action. So, take two. So, fuck.
Sorry about that, quick break. I had a truck go by.
Yeah, well, yeah, nah, the council come fucking probably not doing any work around you, really.
That's what I work for. that makes sense.
So anyway, yeah, I'm kicking at the corners. You can't get the roll and bounce. I remember one time I said, Daniel, you gotta help me. And Daniel kind of over with me and showed me what part of the board to hit with me foot and all that. And from then on, every time I was getting this roll on at the end of my long kits. And it was something else because I don't know if I think I told Daniel, but this was about 2 or 3 years ago. I did an email to Joey Johns, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote on there, said, hey Joey, fucking, like, me long kits, I play footy, I'm working on my long kits, I'm struggling to get the bounce at the end of my long kits, can you help me? 2 days later, I'm at work, working on someone's backyard doing their gardens, I get a phone call, and I hear, oh, have you been watching me play and all that? And it's Joey Johns, right? So I said, yeah. I said, I play for the New South Wales Physical Disability Rugby League. I said, I really want a good kicking game. I said, I need help. So anyway, we organised it. He goes, alright, back then he was training with Parramatta. And he said, alright, cut down to Parramatta. And I'll help you. So anyway, we get there and he goes, oh, come on the field. I ended up doing drills to the Parramatta team in Joey Johns. And then I'm thinking, alright, good. At the end of the whole session, he's gonna give me a few pointers on how to kick. We get to the end of the session, he goes, alright, you want me to sign something? I'm like, yeah, right on. And I'm thinking, when are we fucking kicking? So, anyway, signs it, goes, alright, I've got to go home, fucks off back to Newcastle, and that's it, I'm like, fuck me, Dad pissed me. Oh no, he goes, alright, I've got to hurry up and get back to Newcastle. He goes, I've got a long drive back. He goes, I'll sign you something. And then he said, you know what? You're going to be one of the best players in the whole club. And I'm thinking, fuck, pissing me in and clear me head. And then I'm like, I thought about it and I thought, fuck that. I should just stick with Daniel here because he gave me fucking better pointers than the number 8 modelling fucking self.
Not hard when he's pissing in the wind. Pissing on you without even having the courtesy of calling it rain. Like one of those situations, but I think like you expected, you're going to get some good insight in that, and no, the basic insight is better than no insight at all.
No, it was a good experience. 5 minutes of tips would have been good, but
poor Andrew Johns, 8th Immortal, had to drive back to Newcastle.
Yeah,
too tired. Sorry.
Yeah, if you listen to podcast number 8, that was it, mate. I took a lot of knowledge funds up to that. Anyway,
thanks, Joey.
So that. I'm thinking, like, my mate here, Daniel, he's, turned me kicking game into something else, and that was, I remember that for ages. Fucking Daniel versus number 8, Daniel had more knowledge.
Just no Origin time, no Australian debuts, no. But,
the return to the Jets, Northern Jets, and that's all he needed.
That's all I wanted.
Yep.
And then retired after that. Well, what else do you want to touch base on, Richie? Do you want to go back to the old primary school?
Yeah, primary school. Let's go to primary school.
Because we did start all that at the start here, and then we got sidetracked because we are in our local, as we said, we're here in Bringelly. Community halls there. This is where we used to start our sports carnival. And sports carnival used to start at the community hall here, and we used to do a hot lap through the bush. And mind you, it's hot when we had our school cross country on. Don't worry about the snakes. Don't worry about any of that. That's okay out here in the bush.
Or tough out in Bringelly, mate.
And they would send us off, and mind you, you might get a snippet later, but the bush is through that way. You run through the bush. We did 2 full laps of Bringelly. 2 laps? Bringelly Oval?
2 laps of the oval.
Then you'd come out, back, cut through the little bridge, back up the community hall, back up to our school, and do 2 laps there or something like that. And I was a long distance runner. I was always huffing and puffing and blowing out some wind. But that was some good days.
Yeah, that was some good days. And I'm glad you brought that cross country out, because I got one more thing I want to teach you about this one. So, what they used to do at Bringelly School is when there was a race on, Daniel did the whole cross country, but I didn't. So I go, so the last course of the cross country is that you run, Daniel said, through the road, and then you go through the school, down to the school oval, and then do a lap of the school oval. So I remember one race, they said, alright, you can have a head start. You can start 100 metres from the finish line. Everyone else starts, how many,
Fucking 2.4 Ks probably.
2.4 Ks up the road down Bringelly Oval, and they said to me, you can start 100 metres from the finish line at the oval at this school, right? So I'm like 10 minutes ahead of everyone else. So
and some. I wasn't a good runner.
And some. So I start and I cross the finish line first. And they gave me a sticker. So you get first, second, third stickers, right? Third place. And
yeah, the gold, silver and bronze.
Yeah, gold, silver and bronze. But if you didn't get in the top 3 places, you got a sticker of the tortoise.
What an insult.
Yeah.
Hey, you're fucking slow.
That's why we're tough kids.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking, yeah, you're a tortoise. And it said, good effort. I ran in a race. And then,
in other words, you competed.
I competed, but it was so fat tortoise.
Yeah, could have made it something nice, just like wording on it, not just you're a tortoise.
Yeah, so I remember I got the tortoise sticker and I said, hang on. I said, I'll come first. They go, oh, but you got a head start. And that day, I said, don't give me any head starts. Don't give me
no advantages.
No advantages, no special treatment, because as we were saying before, if I was kicking the ball with Daniel and Daniel just told me it was good just because of the effort, that it was a shit ass kick, I will not advance. So when you get head starts, when I got that head start at Bringelly School, I learned that you can never win from a head start. If you want to do good, you're going to do it the right way, the long way, and the hard way. And then you can feel that, you know, you're not pissing in your pocket and you've actually, you've done the job and you've done it properly.
You can either be a participant in life and go with the flow, or you can be a competitor at life and have a crack at everything. Alright? And if you have a crack at everything, your reward is more just than just being a participant and getting a turtle sticker.
Yeah, and there's like, I want to go back to the old physical disability rugby league combo. I mean, they're going to fucking hate me by the end of this podcast. Oh, well, I'll lose a few followers. Anyway.
Hey, or it'll do the opposite and strive to push harder.
Yeah, and knowledge.
Sky's the limit and go beyond.
So in the combo play, sometimes I let kids score tries, or not kids, but
Well, I heard that in your last podcast, actually.
yeah, people with more of a disability, they go, all right, let's let him score. What happens when that kid goes to play with his real friends and they don't let him score? That's why I don't like special treatment, because
It's a mental confusion too.
yeah, it's a mental confusion. I remember one day I was at TAFE playing footy. We used to play footy in the morning, everyone at TAFE, and they let me score a try, and they did a real good job of it. Normally you can tell, but this time they did a real good job. And I thought, shit, I'm getting quicker. And then I went to race my brother-in-law, and he fucking made me eat dust. And I'm going, I just found out that I'm not as good as I really am. And what it is, it's a time waster for me. If I want to take myself serious and I want to evolve and get better at my skills, I'd rather someone be honest and let me know where I'm standing so I know what I got to work on, not pissing me and tell me I'm better than I am, because I'm always going to find out that it's a lie. And
it'd be disheartening.
yeah,
It'd be very disheartening to think that you've wanted the best fairness for yourself and you've strived and pushed hard in training, whether it be on and off field, behind closed doors, to be staged on field. That's the worst part about it. You want to know that you've given it a crack at your full potential and you've trained for something and done it the hard yards to get there, and then therefore afterwards someone goes, oh yeah, here's a free ticket to go through. We're not gonna try here. You just go, it's like, no. I want the full just reward. I tried hard. I trained hard. This is where I want to be.
Yeah, so if you didn't train someone and help someone get better, be honest with them where they are and tell them what skills they need to get to the level they want to be, instead of telling them what they want to hear, because
100%.
you're making their journey longer and harder, and you're leaving them astray. They're not going to ever reach their full potential.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's it. It's getting the leg up that you don't need to become better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the cross country for Bringelly. But
Yeah.
what's another thing on the old yarn?
Oh, Bringelly was the best time of my life.
Mate, me
Bringelly's
too.
cool.
Every time we catch up, like Gretchen and I, it's like Christmas again.
Yeah.
With Santa Claus, getting those little kid butterfly feelings. Because it was about an adventure really every day, especially at ours, because like everyone had Happy Harold before he went healthy. He was always happy, and we're going to keep him that way.
Yeah.
But I remember, mate, my mornings, because I lived up this way at Greendale,
Greendale,
one strip to the primary school every day, no turns, one left turn out of my driveway.
Yeah.
And then, but when the caravan, if everyone knows Happy Harold, used to turn up, the excitement that would go through your body was like waking up on Christmas morning. Happy Harold was in town, and it was only time that you knew you were going in there. Now, I remember having the breakfast.
Yeah, you get to school, they give you the little cereal boxes. Can't remember what they were.
Yeah, like a snack box.
Snack box. You eat your healthy cereal. You get a few healthy stickers.
Long-legged fruit. I don't know. I can't remember if we got fruit.
Long-legged Susie. I thought she was alright.
Yeah, long-legged Susie. Long-legged Susie. Slippery Sally Susie on the end of my stick. No.
And then yeah, you get a Happy Harold.
Yeah. And you'd line up and you'd get your call out which room you're in, because down here, Bringelly, I don't know, how many students do you reckon we had? It was there for like 2 days, 3 days.
I reckon we had like 60.
Yeah. Probably.
Actually, we had a real small school. We had to join year 2 and 3, year 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So we only really have like 4 classrooms in the whole, 6 years of school.
Yeah.
So we're just a nice little country school, good community, everyone helping everyone.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Like, so our canteen ladies, like most canteens are, as the local mums, and I think Gretchen, your mum, did it for a
Yeah,
little while.
my mum worked in the canteen.
But when you came up for this Happy Harold Day, you used to go to get this stuff from the canteen. So we used to run up, go to the canteen, you'd get your box for the day, your little fruit box. We'll call it a fruit box because it's like your bit of banana and your little cereal box, breakfast box. And then, and then we'd head in, and then you'd be sitting there in the dark in this caravan, and then the lights would all turn on the roof. The stars, yes.
Like looking at space on the roof.
That feeling as a kid was golden.
Yeah,
and then it started. And then the lady came in. Obviously, we didn't know at that point.
Yeah.
He was an old puppeteer. But
yeah, he was a puppet. We're just gonna break it to you.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Actually, you know, we'll cut this out later. He's actually still real.
Don't tell your kids.
But we used to eat there, and then Happy Harold would be there telling us all about how to stay healthy and all the rest of the stuff, and pretty much what he gets up to in his day-to-day life. Goes to the beach, wears sun protection. But then he had a mate, and I can't remember his name.
Was it Larry?
Larry the giraffe? No,
Larry
he was
was
Happy
the
Harold's the
robot.
giraffe, and who was the brain?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, what was Larry doing at the beach? He's a robot. I figured that out now.
The water will fuck him up.
Electrical fried.
I remember we all used to walk in and kiss her on the cheek.
Oh,
We didn't have COVID then.
no.
So we could mix each other's saliva and it didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter then.
No.
Because you know what? I believe if you didn't think it was there, it wasn't going to happen. What was the other one? Meningococcal. Wasn't around then, but probably got caused from Happy Harold.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, squirted on you.
I gave him a good old kiss hold out.
I didn't know when I was going to see him next.
Yeah. I think the woman with the directing him.
She didn't seem to mind.
She attempted to.
That was the
The whole
after.
fist that there.
Yeah, well, she had him on a stool the whole
She had
time.
him under control anyway. It was a good bloke, but he was fucking. He let you, you know.
Get a bit crazy. I mean, you know, he actually did the movements. Like, he actually got in there. And you're 8? What do they teach kids these days?
I feel like.
Those days.
I feel like Macaulay Culkin going Michael Jackson. Fuck, I love Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, he's doing alright these days, though,
he's
apparently.
Yeah.
The memories are still there.
So yeah, Happy Harold. Yeah, we get that excited. I remember.
Because-
Even on the weekend, they start the caravan early.
Oh, yeah, because you'd
And
see
you
it down
drive
there.
past it on the weekend and you see the Happy Harold caravan. Fucking Happy Harold.
It's in town, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what made it too. It was the visual.
Yeah.
It was a visual of seeing him there and knowing that this is this time of week. And it also, I think Happy Harold. When did Book Week happen? Because that was near around the same
Yeah, it
time.
might have been near the same time.
Because I remember that was one thing that you used to get, like a pamphlet and then a brochure for book day and be able to pick out what book. I always used to get Goosebumps because I like those accessories in there.
Yeah, I used to get like Star Wars. They had like the off books from the movie.
I wonder now these days if you had. Do you still have them?
Oh, somewhere.
I was going to say they might be worth £1.
Yeah, I gotta find them.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were all around the same time, and it would have been just after Easter or before Easter, I think, because then we had the Easter hat parade.
Yep.
Oh, I used to love that. My mum used to make me up a bloody good Easter hat, and then I used to parade it around the quadrangle up there. Mate, I remember winning a prize. One year I had my Easter hat was like a top hat with Easter eggs around it with a little nest in the front with a chick. Oh no, it was in the top. It was in the top part.
Yeah, my mum used to do all the chickens on me hat and eggs and shit.
Just
and then
live
they'd
chickens
melt
too.
in the sun.
Yeah, because we had it when it was like April was still pretty warm. It was like
April
30 odd
was still
degrees.
hot. Yeah, I think it was hot.
Yeah. But yeah, they're some of the little visuals of memories we've had as, you know, growing up in this area. Because Springelli for us is almost our sanctum, if in you will. Because it was always like away from, you know, Campbelltown, Narellan wasn't built up then. Liverpool. You know, and it was it's not a getaway, but it's the bush for us.
Yeah, it was, you know, your own little area, Brindley. Everyone knew everyone looked out for everyone.
And small town gossip does go a long way.
Yep. We used to get a few of the same runs outside the front of the school every day, doing the old gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where our Wooglamai, one of the best camps any kid could have ever gone on if they had done it as a kid. And to us as kids, it seemed like it was 10 hours away. In fact, it was only just the back of Oaks, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 30 minutes, not even.
And that camp for us, I remember, it would consist of like, alright, so I'll give you a quick visual. You drive up this driveway, it's a bit of bush, like sort of the Blue Mountains vibe going on. Driveway, and you got, to your right is like a mess hall, where it's like got all the, where you have your breakfast and everything like that.
Yeah,
but then connected to that was actually like a TV room where you watch movies, fireplace, stuffed wombat, echidna, and but it was a natural. It was like these days, it was a natural vibe. Like it was awesome. And then a couple of cabins, and it was all adventure from there. You'd be down in the bush for most of the time, like
road course.
Mr. Morley that time. Yeah. I've got a photo of Mr. Morley if you're out there, mate. I hope you're doing well. And he's just got the cord and everything, and he's come off the cable, and it's just absolutely yanked his budgie and smuggler all through the roof. And God, as a kid, and he's screaming, didn't know what it was about. Now I see that photo and I think, God, help that man.
Yeah.
But that was the ropes course. And then what else do we have? We had archery, push bike riding in the bush, but also they sent you out with like what would you call it? Like where you go with a piece of paper form and go out and you study the environment and see all the listen to all the different sounds and write them down and
what animals they were.
Kind of stuff. Like an identification paperwork.
Kookaburras
and you'd put it down on this form and hand it back and you get all your ticks and stickers and all that for, you know, if you did well. That was cool as a kid. It was almost a bit like a backyard science project.
Yeah, and then that night you'd sit around the bonfire and all that.
That was the best.
That was the best.
And this one time, we went down the driveway, right? This long driveway as kids. When you're a kid in the dark, it's scary enough. We're going down this long driveway as kids with these dodgy old torches from like a candle. And I've turned around at the bottom of this driveway and Tom Van Kooderick, there you go, mate, was just up ahead of us. And I've turned around to flash the light on him and to this day, I still believe it. He had no head. He turned around and he was clear just body, no head. And I freaked out because I'm already on edge from this walk and there's noises going through the bushes, thumping sounds. If you've ever been in the bush, you'll know that there's these thumping sounds going through the bush, but they're real thuds. And that's the kangaroos going through the scrub. But you can't see them, it's pitch black. But you freak out as a kid when you're 8 and 9 years old. And then another incident, we're in the cabins going to sleep. Mr. Tilden sent us all off to sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I wasn't misbehaving. I think I was doing all right. And he came in and opened this door all of a sudden when we were, 10 minutes in of trying to get to sleep, and absolutely banged this door open and screamed. I screamed, ended up followed up by a cry. I cried. Everyone else was laughing. They thought it was hysterical. I just had a flashback of Jed. I cried my absolute heart out as a kid. I was already on edge on this whole trip, but it was one of the best trips that I've ever been to, by the way.
Ski game.
Year 8.
Year 8 ski game.
Holy heck. Now, I'm pretty sure American Pie was coming out around this time. So we're all lively, we're all boys, and the girls have been girls. And mate, it was awesome. We made damper. Out in the bush.
Yeah.
I think pretty sure during this conversation, I won't probably name names, but with Gretchen and I, 2 other gentlemen and a female, there was a discussion of possibly getting a jiggy on. Year 8. But anyway, so there was that. this was a normal thing, apparently. So that got flung his way. And as we're in that same bathroom, we looked out the window to the girls' cabins, well, cabin, apartment, sort of it was, the other side, and here they are, all at the window, tits out.
Yeah.
Tits out. And that was pretty wild. Same camp, we had this thing in a room above us, our cabin. It was almost like WrestleMania, but it was full on wrestling, like punches thrown. You drop someone off the second bunk straight onto the floor with your shoulder type of stuff. It was hectic, and mainly it was footy players and just all the mix of it, everybody. And our cabin underneath, this is how hard people were going upstairs. We had our light fall out in our cabin, in our room on the floor because people were getting dropped. She dropped.
Yeah, so what we had you go in the room, we had 2 bunk beds on each side.
Yeah.
And you had the middle space in the room, and the middle bit was where you fight. You had the 2 people fighting each other.
Yeah. And
then everyone else, all the other boys would sit on the bunk beds outside. They were the crowd cheering on the fight. And we had boxing gloves, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And I remember it was like MMA before MMA.
Well, who was in our cabin? We had Nick Roper, you, me, Blair,
Mitchell,
Mitchell. Yeah, I remember his name. And above us was Keithy, so Keith Ford, Scotty Fletch. I remember back then too. Fletch was like he was 6'2" at like fucking 13. Yeah. And when people were wrestling, I'm pretty sure Keith was the only one that went up with him. And Keith was strong, man.
Keith was big inside.
Keith had a wrestle on him, mate. And anyway, and Cutler, remember Cutler?
Yeah.
Davey Plummer, he was a firecracker, that bloke. He went hard. He was like
skinny, but fuck, he could fight.
Oh, mate.
He had some going in him.
I remember
his hits on. I fucking dropped them on their head.
Because he was a good footballer.
Yeah.
I think I went Cutler. I got Cutler. And I ended up getting him in a leg lock and just like squeezing the life out of him, like just with the leg squeeze. But I think the next one was going to be me and Plummer. And then I think ours was more of fisty cuff. I think we just went ham with the gloves and then we got into a bit of wrestle. And I can't remember, the teachers might have called it off because I can't remember much past that. Except for we took the mattress out of that room, and was it out of our room or their room? And we, sorry boys, the nerds were down the bottom. Now I wish these guys we could catch up because these guys were awesome blokes. Now that we think about it, Peter Kenny. Oh, Mark Kenny was. Oh no, he was in another room. He wasn't there. Peter Kenny, Luke O'Shaughnessy. Who else was in their group? There's a few of them.
Kenny, Luke O'Shaughnessy. I can't remember.
They were all down the bottom of this sort of.
Yeah, they were known as a nerdy group.
Yeah.
No,
just they're real smart dudes. We were more of the sporty guys, and they just stuck to their like books and gaming. Now I'm into gaming, so it kind of roles reversed.
And all I do is read comics.
So there you go.
I'm a fucking nerd.
So we're nerds.
I've got figurines.
I've got Avatar figurines at home in boxes with dust on them, and I collect them. And I have Avatar socks.
I don't fit in with the normal world. I'm a fucking nerd now.
And guess what? Be proud of it, because guess what? That's just doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
And if that's shamed on, then shame on you. So anyway, we grabbed this mattress from the room, and we absolutely ransacked their room. We charged through with this mattress, piled it on Luke O'Shaughnessy. I'm pretty sure we all jumped on top of him, on top of this mattress, pulled sheets off their beds, flipped their beds, flipped the bags everywhere, and then legged it out of there.
Yeah. And
so sorry. And threw the condom in the room.
And said it was Luke O'Shaughnessy.
That's where all that came together.
And the condom, we found it in the shower, the boys toilet.
It wasn't even his probably, but we just wanted a joke, and so be it. That's what it was. No harm in it. No harm in it.
What it was, but
yeah.
Like we said, like funny how times change. Like now we're the nerds anyway. When you're at school, I remember going to high school and my sister said, Because my sister was always like, you know, cooler than cool. She wore like shoes 10 times the size that she should have, and all this bullshit just to look cool.
Fit in.
And she goes, oh, when you go to school, you gotta wear this, you gotta wear that. And I think a lot of people, when you leave in primary school, they just brainwash you. And you feel like you gotta be in a cool group, you gotta make all these friends, and all that kind of stuff. So you go through your whole student life. As we were going to sporty group and trying to be the cool kids, we were in a cool group.
We weren't, I don't think we were trying to, but I think it's just because the things that we liked, other people, same thing, your groups combined of what we liked. And we didn't like gaming and comics and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they were different to us.
And because they were different, there's this stigma of, well, we can pick on them kind of. Is that what you say? Make fun of them. And that's where Gretchy's going. It's very wrong to do because, you know, if I could give any word of advice for it, I would say be open and be a social butterfly with who you talk to because you don't know what's going to happen after high school.
And what you realise is that all this cool shit when you're in high school, you know, pick on the nerds, hang around the cool people, wear this and that to look cool, act cool for people like you. When you leave high school, everyone just goes their own way. And
none of that matters.
And you know what? The nerdy people, they just be themselves. People that be themselves are probably going to just be your friend no matter what. They don't judge you that much. And I wish the world right now could just all be themselves, say what they want, don't worry about who doesn't like them, because where I'm getting to is when you leave school, you only end up with 1 or 2 friends, and they're the people that like you for who you are. So you just spent the last 6 years trying to be someone you're not, to fit in with the cool people, but when you leave school, it's all a load of bullshit. All you want to do is be yourself and treat people how they treat you, and if you can be yourself and not worry about people not liking you, you know that the 1 or 2 friends that you have got, they like you for who you are, and that's going to be a more compatible, longer lasting friendship.
Genuine.
Yeah.
And genuine. They're not out there just to be in a social group to be, you know, FOMO, like they're missing out on something. They're there because they want to be there, and they want to be there with you. It doesn't matter where you are. And the thing is, like, I still sit back and reflect and think of all my mates that, you know, I haven't seen for a few years, and I miss them, and I just think, oh yeah, you know, I hope they're doing well. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, life does take a turn, and everyone has their own thing that they do in life from there. And like, I do think of, you know, Jimmy Kamarath, Jordan, all the boys that I used to hang out with, Youngie, Abbott. I think I work with a bloke that knows Abbott, small world. But, you know, all them boys, we had a great, you know, 7 years together in high school. And we done a lot of things, and it's life takes over, and you catch up here and there. Fiend Dogs, Fletch, all the boys, Drinky, and I say Drinky occasionally. And, you know, that's how it is. And unfortunately, you know, time takes its toll, and, you know, you try to stick together when you can, but you just know who your genuine group is that you are with now currently. And there's 4 or 5 years generally. It's not like you have 50. You have the mates that you know and you will see occasionally, and you have the mates that you probably see every second weekend. That's how that works. They're still friends, you just don't get to see them. This knucklehead, I see him every day. Well, nearly. We've been, for a while there, we're on and off because we're doing our own thing. Gretchy was off adventuring through Queensland in his car by himself. Like, he was on a big turntable in his life where he's like, you know what, I've got to see stuff. And he went. And you know what? That's the mental capacity of saying, oh, if I doubt myself, I'm not going to do it. He went ahead and did it. So therefore, he's off adventuring, seeing things that you and I probably don't get to see. You know, when we're just sitting at home twiddling our thumbs, he took initiative and he goes, let's do this. And that's what gets you ahead in life, really.
Yeah, I'm going next weekend.
Oh yeah?
Queensland, 2 weeks.
Spontaneous, this bloke. Well, I'm off in the Ridge in 12th of October.
Yeah.
Maybe see you halfway.
Yeah.
How long are you going for?
not till October.
Oh, I'm going up to look for a claim.
Actually, I am 16th for October.
I'm going up to look for a claim. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. Claim, open mine. Be good. Gretchen and I, we've had some stories out that way at the Ridge. Oh, well, that's another subject, but we'll get to that one day. Soon enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else happened at this camp? Blair Russo.
Camp Blair Russo. Yep.
Poor lad.
Actually, that was the same time when I had the fight with Mitchell Lockhart.
Oh yeah, Lockhart.
So, me and Mitchell Lockhart, we never liked each other at school. I don't know why, I can't tell you why.
School.
But, because it was school, that's what it was. And, we were in the same room, we were bunking in the same room, and one half we've had an argument, and Daniel was there, he was in the background watching us argue, and I've gone up to Mitchell and I gave him a left hook in the jaw, and then he's pushed me, and I didn't have good balance, so I was like, ram, he pushed me, and I'd stumbled with my legs, like right across the other side of the room, and Daniel's just sprinting upstairs, straight away to all the boys upstairs, and goes, everyone, there's a fucking fight down there.
A legit one.
Therefore, I ran down and had a look at this, and by that time the fight was over.
I remember that. That was a good old ruckus. That
But
was in our room.
yeah, that's how school, like, is, you know, school doesn't matter, I'd say. Like, what happened at school happened at school. You're young, you're dumb, you just...
You're learning, you're growing.
You're
And you're expected. You're gonna make mistakes, so expect it.
And I lived in a house not long ago where Mitchell Lockhart was across the road. He was going out with this girl across the road, and I went up to me, how you going, mate? School. You know, we were all wankers, we didn't know what we were doing. You're hungry, you're young, you're aggressive, and I took you down and said, how you going, mate? And, you know, we're older now, Mitchell.
Yeah.
We're all mates.
Bygones be bygones. Let it, the water under the bridge, mate. And to think, like, even though that it's that many years past, you feel like, oh, probably I don't have to say anything. But if you do say something, at least it's off the chest for both of you. And it's like, hey, he actually did care. He actually has come through and, you know, thought about this.
It's showing that you're actually progressing in life instead of staying a young, immature person that you were. And then, yeah, so after that fight with Mitchell Lockhart, Blair's outside the window, and we have one of them wind out windows. The windows wind out, you wind out.
And they go out like that.
So Blair's outside.
You can't push them back in.
I don't know what he done. He bent down and he's gotten up, and his fucking windows cracked him on the back of the head.
Blood pissing.
When I was a kid, I used to fall over every day. I had blood pissing out of me every day. It was a normal thing. But Blair's touched his head and saw blood, and he's fucking shit himself.
Yeah, I remember that moment.
Yeah.
You can hear him, eh? And then I think he went off to the Jindabyne ambulance, Jindabyne Hospital, got stitched up, was back with us. What, next day or that night or something like that?
That night, maybe.
Yeah.
We're all worried about him.
Actually, and speaking of this is a moment that I only just remembered. That at the same time, you know, this is a thing on to touch with mental health as well. Gretchen was having a moment where he remembered moments. So he had a bit of a moment there, and, you know, the first thing that the teachers did was, because he walked off out of this room that we're in, I think, I don't know what we're doing, some sort of activity or something.
Yeah, some activity.
And walked off, and the teacher, I can't even remember if it was Mrs. Webber or who it was, looked at both me and Mark Roper and said, go see your mate. First thing we did...
Actually, hang on. I did ask him, I said, can you go get Daniel and Mark?
Nah.
Two best mates from Brinzelli.
See, that's the point I didn't actually, because I didn't understand what was going on at that point.
They said, what's wrong with you? I said, can you just go get Mark and Daniel? Because Mark and Daniel, right now we're in high school, Mark and Daniel was with me since kindergarten at Brinzelli.
Yeah. So as soon as that happened, we went out and seen him, and you know, he told us a story and just like, we listened. It's all you have to do. You don't have to have an input. You don't have to do anything like that. And sometimes it's hard because like I'm negligent myself, you know, even with say my partner, I've always got to have an input because I'm just a man, you know, we've always got to have a say. But with a friend, it's always very important just to listen, and just to listen to what was going on in his head, what was his thought process, what was happening. And it was a big thing. It was a big moment. I remember sitting there and you were bawling, man. Like you were having a hard time, and you know, him being able to vent and feel those emotions and being able to like let it out and have those mates there made it his day. Also, his emotions sort of like dissipate. Still there always, but dissipate. And you know, just to be an ear for a moment can change someone's whole effect of an afternoon, a day, 2 days, their week, whatever. But just to listen.
Yeah, and what it was is that, oh shit, I'll go on with it, man. So, when I was a kid, out at Bringelly, we had a dam down about. My granddad used to be in the dam, doing the garden and all day. Every hour we come home from school, granddad was there. Anyway, one time granddad said, "Are you gonna stay at mine tonight?" And I said, "Nah, I got friends coming." And I didn't go there, and the day later granddad died. I think he knew he was gonna die. Some of us did, and he wanted me to spend the last night. And I feel like I held that grudge for a long, long time. And when Blair hit his head on the window, at first I laughed, as we all used to laugh at each other. And then when I saw that Blair shit himself, like he was that upset that he was bleeding, I kind of felt bad. It took me back to that time with Granddad where I done something that I made a decision I didn't take serious, when you couldn't say I should have took serious because a kid doesn't know,
you don't know
when someone's going to die or whatnot. But I held that grudge for a while. But I just want to say that all the stuff that we just talked about, you know, picking on bullies, you know, holding grudges because I didn't see me granddad on his last day, like, you can't hold on a grudge because these things is what learns you to evolve in life. So with picking on bullies at school, I mean, with being a bully at school and like, you know, picking on people that are a bit different now, like I said, I'm a nerd, but I'll go and talk to anybody. Now, like the other day, I got off the train going to the city. I got off at Central, and if I see a homeless person, I notice a lot of people just keep walking because they're scared of them. Why are they scared of homeless people? Because homeless people might look different, and they might talk different or act different. And I always say, "How you going?" and have a yarn to them. To every homeless person I see, and they all go, "Yeah, no worries." You know, I don't care who sees me, who I talk to, as long as they're nice to me, I'll give them the time of day. I never get embarrassed because I learned that from being a bully at school. That made me feel bad about what I did, and I learned not to do that. So I can't hold on to that grudge, otherwise I wouldn't have learned that lesson. And that's what life's about, learning lessons. Don't worry about the mistakes. Mistakes make a man. As long as you can learn that lesson, you're better off for it. And that's why these mistakes happen. The whole granddad thing, everyone's got a story where they didn't see someone before they died or something like that. Everyone's got that story about a death in their family.
where they should have or
We
shouldn't
should have
be,
seen them more, we should have done this, we should have done that. You know what? Now, I've got old people at Brinzelly who I grew up with at Brinzelly. All the adults knew everyone, so my mum knew everyone on our street. So if I was 10 years old and I said, I'm going to see Charlie. Charlie was like 50 years old at the time. Mum knew who he was, and she go, yeah, go see him. And I'll be this 10-year-old kid just talking to Charlie for about 2 hours, and then I go back home, he'd teach me stuff. And Charlie died last year, but there's still a few old people on the old road at Brinzelly, and now I make sure I see him every week, because people, you know, because I made that mistake with my granddad, I've learned the value of people. People aren't going to be around forever. You could not see them tomorrow, they could be gone tomorrow. So anytime that something comes to me up where, oh, how good's, you know, this person, you go, alright, I'm going to go see him. And you value people more because I made that little choice when I was a kid. So
yeah,
all this stuff, all these mistakes definitely make you a better person.
100%.
And they pave you a better life for the whole rest of your life.
Oh, I think it also gives you an aspect of take value in the time when you have that time. So like, no matter if you're only able to catch up for 30 minutes, an hour a day, concentrate on that hour, 30 minutes, or that day. Don't fuss ass around on your phone for the time that you're there. These are there forever, and this is a bad habit. We all know that. But when you're with someone and you haven't seen them in a while, or you plan to see someone, or your family, or close friends, someone that you probably haven't, that is a long way away, when you're with them in those circumstances, give them your full undivided attention and give them the time that they deserve. It's because, like Gretchen was saying, you know, you take for granted on the time that you do have with people a lot, more than you know, that you could be hanging out with someone and then before you know it, it's just like, oh, the first thing that comes to mind is, I should have spent more time with them. I should have seen them.
And we can go, oh, I want to work more, I want to make more money, I want to train more, I want to get my body better, but that's not...
It's a materialistic mindset.
That's more materialistic stuff. You can always improve your body.
Yeah, but that helps mentality and mental health too.
Yeah, it is good, but it's always going to be there to get more money and to get better, but
100%.
the people that you know and the people that you love, they're not going to be there.
No, that's right.
So,
yeah. You've always got your body. I fully understand what you're saying there. But like with your health too, look after your health so you last longer to see them people.
All I'm saying is you need to train, you need to be healthy, you need to make money, but there's a stage
Happy lifestyle
where you don't need to overdo it.
No. Yeah,
you don't need to get addicted.
You don't need to sit in the gym for 7 days a week for 4 hours and miss opportunities to see family and friends.
Yeah.
Like those times, I admittingly in my time, and I've grown a lot since my recent partner and catching up with Gretchen and how we've had a big outlook. I am now 33 and I've probably had one of the biggest changes happen in the last 5 years of my life. A lot has happened. I mentally have changed a lot on the way I outlook at people and friends and my mistakes, and I've made a lot of mistakes myself, and I wish I could take a lot back, but I can't sit there and dwell in my past, looking in the rearview mirror and think I can move forward and make myself a better person by doing that. You can't sit there. You can reflect on your mistakes to benefit and better yourself, but you can't sit there dwelling on it and let it eat you up. It's just not how it works, because guess what? By the time you realize, you go, shit, I'm 70 years old. Now I can't do anything that I wanted to ever do because I either A, dwelled on it, B, just didn't take advantage of the opportunities I had because you're still stuck in the rut, stuck in the past. Get that mentality strong, the mental state to move forward and to say, okay, my past, it is what it is, the natural saying. You can't do much about it. It's done. It's the past for a reason. Make it a better future. That's how you improve yourself.
And I just want to say one thing about that as well. Maybe history doesn't always repeat, you know. You can make that mistake, but I think the best way to do it is say, what can I learn from that mistake? How can I progress from that mistake? Make that change straight away of your lesson, what you learned,
100%.
evolve into that new person, and then you're a better person for the rest of your life. And I feel like me and you, the last year, your missus have been good for you. She's obviously taught you a lot. And I've gone through a lot of shit where I'm a bit older, I'm 33, and I look at shit differently. And I feel we both getting on way better than we used to. We're both like a bit more smarter and wiser.
Well, and for those who don't know us, I would say we were. Have you seen those goats that butt heads?
Yeah.
They smash and clash.
Yeah.
But when they're by themselves, or if they're not doing that, they get along like a house on fire.
Yeah.
So it's only when it's, say, like a mating season, they come in and smash heads. When we do that is when we have, oh no, I think this should be that way. Pitiful, piss weak shit.
Yeah.
That does not matter in this world whatsoever. So I think at some points it was something like over football and how I think it should have been played. And his way, it should be played like that. No, well, they can't do that. How is a 70s team going to beat a 2000s team type of stuff? That pitiful, pathetic. That's banner. That's what you do. But we don't go like this. We end up going like that at the end of it.
Fuck you.
And fuck you, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. That's how it ended up. And, we're stubborn pricks, but that's just us knowing each other since we were 2.
I feel we have a lot in common. Like I said, we're born 4 days fucking apart of each other. I don't know about that whole star sign shit. They say you're both alike, but fuck.
Yeah, I think Gretchy mentioned in his last podcast, we're that alike. Like when he used to go to the bathroom in Bringelly Primary School, I used to get a toilet pass and run on after him and stick a hose in his toilet and get him soaked. I used to soak him while he was going to the bathroom and then turn it off, run back out. Yeah, we played pranks on each other since we were kids. We've always done stuff like that. We've always grown up in that sort of environment. But we're also very pig-headed and very strong. Stern, we're mules. So I think that's how we classify our relationship.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything we like is the same. Our houses are on fire, his house is on fire. Like, it's just how it works.
Maybe I'll get a new one.
Yeah. And I got to get one. So it's just how it is. All right.
Yeah, I remember one time at the skate park, and I'm trying to do this trick, right? And I'm falling over, and Daniel's standing there, and every time I fall over...
Mind you, I'm a duck on ice, I can't skate, so I'm just watching.
Yeah, you're just like watching because, we go to Campbelltown for the day. My mum was working there, we go to work and my mum and just run around, go skating, bowling all day and all that stuff. And so I'm at the skate park and I'm falling over trying to do this trick. Every time I do a trick I fall over about 100 times. And Daniel's standing there laughing at me and saying a few things. As we were saying, the banter, real friends. Fit shit on each other no matter who you are. It's good.
But also I'm laughing because I see this all the time. Like when Gratchy stacks it, cakes it, it's funny. It's not a pick on bullying situation. It's the fact is I'm just like, it's a hilarious fault. If I case it as a bloke, my mates are gonna laugh at me. That's just how that's how it was growing up in the 90s.
Sometimes it's funny when I fall because I know how my body probably fucking looks when I fall over.
But the skater boys.
Yeah, anyway, so we're at the skate park and about 5, you reckon, a group of skaters come all circle around Daniel. And do you remember what they said? Or
what are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at? What's your fucking problem?
He's out here having a go.
He's got a disability.
Yeah. Brought the disability thing to the play, which obviously, like, if they didn't know, and this is nothing against them, they didn't know the circumstance that I knew him. I was standing in the middle of a skate park just laughing at Gretchy. So, yeah, I can understand where they're coming from. But then when I said, hey, he's my friend, they were like, no, that doesn't matter. Well, okay, I just won't laugh. But they were going to bash me. Long story short, there was 5 of them, probably 14 to 16. I was 11, 12.
Yeah, we're about 12, 13, something like that.
I was going to get rolled by the local skater boys.
Yeah.
Because I laughed at my mate that I've laughed at all the time, but it didn't suit them because of the disability side. See, and this is a thing too with the whole picking on disability, like singling them out. If I had fallen over in the skate park, nothing would have been said.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I laughed at him.
Yeah, but I do encourage though that they do stand up to this sort of stuff, whether it's a younger teen getting picked on, whatever. Bullying is not right. No. It never will be. It's frowned upon, and you learn this out of high school, because in high school it's deemed as a norm. It's wrong. Don't do it. Yeah. And when this happened, I still to this day say they did the right thing. But when they're actually going to bash me, I thought, well, that's a little too far. I am his mate.
I thought it was too far when
He was pissing himself laughing, mind you.
No, at the end, I come up, and one guy said, hey, he's my mate. And they go, oh, no, he's a fucking wanker. And I'm like, whoa. I thought that was when they took it too far.
Yeah, the bashing part was okay. It was calling me a wanker.
So, yeah.
Nearly got rolled. But that's our skate park adventure.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have early Thursdays. Who remembers early Thursday? I think we finished, what was it, 12:45, 1:45, something like that.
1:45, I reckon.
Because we finished school at 3:15, caught the bus by 3:30 or something like that. Anyway, we used to go down to the shops out at Narellan Town Centre, and the only way to get there, we used to have to go from our high school through the back way of Narellan Vale and then jump across the highway, the bypass. But there's a big wall there. It's like 2.5 metres high, something 3 metres high.
2.5 metres.
You could never get over it. Well, you could, but what it was you had to put your foot in this footing in the middle. That was a hole like this to get over, and then you hopped across.
Someone's definitely put a hole in there so we could get over.
So what's happened is Cretchy's come along with us and can't get over the top of the thing.
Yeah, I can't get over it. So there's this hole, and Daniel used to pick me up by the back, and I'd straighten my legs. So I was going in this way, legs first.
Legs forward,
and he used to just slide me through with my feet going in first, slide my body through the hole in the wall. And when I get to it here, I get a bit stuck. The hole was that skinny, and we had to push the rest of the way through that hole. And then I get through the hole, and then Daniel will climb over the fence, and then we cross the bypass. This was Camden Bypass. So everyone on there is going 100 k's, right? And there was times where it was just me and Daniel, and there was times where me and Daniel had a lot of other people from the school. All the other kids come with us as well.
That used to be so cool, right?
Yeah, we thought it was the best thing ever.
Because you used to go down to town here. There used to be a, I don't know if you remember it. It used to be, I think it's Crazy Clark's now. It was something like
Crazy Clint,
Golo and all that.
Yeah.
But what we used to do, now don't do this. This is wrong. This is old day past stuff. We used to go in there, and because we were thirsty as from the walk, I barely had coin on me. I had a bottle of water maybe, popper that I've had during the day. Go in there, and I used to crack a Steminade, drink half it, and then just toss it on the shelf and bail out of there.
Yeah, Barley. Daniel told me there were no cameras in Barley, and I said, righto. So we used to pick up Mars bars and just eat and walk around in Barley. So you rubbish and sit on the shelf, pick up something else, open it, eat it. Well, no one said nothing, so it was alright.
Yeah, I mean, it was kids stuff, I suppose.
Yeah,
like
we all do that.
You learn. That's life.
But, yeah, I remember crossing the bypass. You got cars and trucks coming 100 k's.
That was
someone used to hold me arm and run with me, and Eddie would sometimes, Daniel sometimes, someone else, Mark Roper or something.
I'm pretty sure one time we threw him over our shoulder and did the attempt as well, and then just sprinted across the road. And they have an island in the middle, but it's only like 3 metres, and then it's another part of a 4-lane highway.
Yep, and I remember one time So someone's running across with me and I've fallen over on the road and the fucking truck's coming 100 k's and my shoe come off and someone's picked me up and ran me through the rest of the road just before the truck come. And then I think it was David Ward, he just walked behind me, picked up my shoe for me.
Yeah.
And just, kept crossing the road.
That was sus
that was
days.
Fucking crazy shit.
That was a part of the little rascal stuff we used to get up to in the Arvos.
Yep. So,
Chicken shop, we used to go down to the Chico.
yeah, chicken shop.
That was good down there, man.
Yeah.
We had some good chips there.
Early Thursday, or you could go there in the morning,
Yeah.
get a bit of food, bring it up. So,
I remember that, early Thursday.
yeah.
Speaking of getting like snacks and that, I remember like even with our high school, we used to have a little drink machine out near the main hall, and Davey and his mum used to get an exchange student from Japan. This one time, mind you, Lizzie Mac wasn't as well established as it is these days. It was a bit rougher then. The Japanese fella got all his money exchanged into Australian straight up. So here he is at this Kencho Kaumata, sitting at this vending machine asking how much does he need to get a chocolate bar or something out that was about $1.50. He pulled out notes like this, just full. I think he got most of his stuff exchanged into Australian. And I'm thinking, mate, put that away. Like, if anybody sees you around here with that much coin, like, you're just going to get rolled, buddy.
Yeah, it wasn't the full quid that kid.
It wasn't bright, but he was an exchange student, so,
so that's
he didn't know the customs of our area.
But I remember one time, he liked my sister, he was trying to crack on to my sister, he was living with us. And we put on Shrek for him, and he's watching Shrek, and he saw Shrek shave in the movie. So Kensho paused the movie and asked me, Dad, he said, you allow me to shave? And Dad took in the bathroom, showed him how to shave, and then Kensho come back on the lounge, sat next to me sister. Trying to crack on her, he just had a big shave and thought he was, the cat's ass.
Remember Nagumi?
Yeah, Megumi, she was a good sort. He found me on that again.
Only if I knew what
I
I
was
knew now.
really shy kid, but fuck, I would have smashed him.
Straight to the point. The old footy days at school, high school. They were good. They were good.
Yeah, fucking.
We love our footy, if you haven't gathered by now. I remember he came to watch my first round one. It's fucking chilly. Narella versus Mount Enon, was it? At home? I come back from a party and I was hung over as heck. I was late to my game, 30-minute kickoff versus Mandali. Us two end up meeting each other in the grand final. And yeah, end up bloody playing a top game. I end up catching this ball off a bomb. Skyscraper, made a break through the line, sprinting down halfway downfield, thought I've got this, and now I get cut down, and here is Man whispering in my ear, welcome back, Kempy, welcome back. Thanks, Man. You fast prick, 10 seconds.
Man, fuck Mum was a good player. And when he was, Daniel was first, Man, Jets first, now Nannon. And I was up in the grandstands and I thought, fuck, I've got to help Daniel out here in his grand final. So every time Man's kicked it up, yelled out, Man, you shit, you're gonna lose it. Don't fuck this kick up, man. Fitting the pressure on him. And he ended up kicking that conversion. They gave it to him every time, but every time he kicked the conversion, he just look up and stare at me like, yeah, get that in you dog.
Yeah, because it was funny, when we versed their team, they'd never score. He would never score against us. Versus any other team, he's scoring 3 and 4 tries every day. Every time he versed us, he'd drop balls, and then finding out that he got like series man of the match for Army versus Navy. or whatever it was, up at Suncorp, got man of the series, and then he comes down and plays us like dogs balls.
Yeah.
And then say good day to your mate, your winger there that I cracked his down. That was a good game.
Yeah, I liked the game after. We went to watch Rammers and who was it? Rammers and someone. And at the end of the game, Daniels had a
Camden Rams.
Yeah, Camden Rams.
This one. Yeah.
Oh, it was the final or something, semi-final.
Yeah, Brownie field goal from halfway. Good on you, Brownie.
Yeah. And at the end, Daniels had a few drinks.
They got their wedding on.
At the end of the game, Daniel's had a few drinks, and we're gone down to the oval down there, near the actual main ground.
Playing in front of the clubhouse.
Yeah, Dan's going, come on, run at me, run at me. And I knew what he was like when he was drunk. He liked to show his strength. And I said, fuck off, I'm not running at you. And he's going, come on. You want to be like everyone else.
What an asshole.
Run at you. Oh, fuck that. I don't want to run at you. And then his mate that was there, Alex, he ended up running at him and fucking you finished yourself.
Alright, so obviously I've had a few drinks. I'm a bit of a tosspot at this point. And I just watched the game, so I was in the moment and I said, Alex, do you run it? I said, I'll run at you first. And I thought, oh yeah, he'll be able to put a bit of a shot on me. So I ran up, done a bit of a medium sprint, didn't go too hard. I run over the top of him and it fucking hurt him. It's like, all right, your turn. I tossed the ball to him. And he's a bit hesitant at this point, I think. He got a bit of confidence knocked down a little bit. And then he's had a bit of a run up, sprinted hard, and I've just fucking star-picketed down and drove into his chest. Like, absolutely dominated him. But then it was the second time I think I wound him up and got him to do the same thing again. And poor bastard, I ended up fucking smashing his sternum. And then he was like winded as heck on the ground, blowing wind. And he's like, oh. I'm like, oh, sorry, man. And then, yeah, it's just one of those afternoons. Just be responsible when you're drinking, all right? You can get people hurt or be hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Lesson learnt, don't drink and don't play footy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But then, mind you, this guy was a bit of an asshole at the time. So
he
was talking it. So, yeah. Oh, I know him deserves a broken stone.
No.
Like I was saying before, Marnes, mate, sorry, as the winger. He's all right. I remember there was only 3 games after that. I was played out at Bargo, and I did my burster in my shoulder, and his mate was, I think it was round 8 or something, Mount Annan versus Jets at home again for us, and I was sitting on the sideline in a sling, and he's ran past and goes, "Oh, glad your shoulders aren't playing today, mate." So I just pissed myself laughing because it's no hard feelings or anything. It's just the game.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It is the game.
But yeah, that's those days for you. Over and said. Now I'm just looking after my body and work, eh?
Yeah.
Living life.
Yeah.
Well, as if that wasn't the best podcast you've ever had, real good to have Daniel on. We got another part coming with Daniel because he had so much good stuff to talk about. Now, I wouldn't mind if Daniel will be the outsider on further podcasts when I interview other people because we work so good together. It all depends how busy Daniel is, but hopefully he'll be up to join me when I podcast other people in the future. Now, if you haven't been on my Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, where the fuck have you been? You're missing out. Like, this is the best thing going on the internet. You can see all my skills, all my talent, skateboarding, rugby league, everything. Now get on Gretchy's World on Facebook, YouTube, And the Instagram is GretchenWorld69. Yeah, number 69. Wow. God, I have fun at the Gold Coast. 67, 8, 9. Mouthwash. Alright. Stay tuned for the next part of Kempy and Gretchen's podcast.